Do you love to watch movies with your family but wish they had more, explicit sexual content? Well, guess what? I got the movie for you. Welcome to Movies with James. I am James, and today we are reviewing Nymphomaniac, starring Shia LaBeouf, Uma Thurman, Charlotte Gainsbourg, Stacey Martin, Stellan Skarsgård, Christian Slater, Jamie Bell, and let's not forget, Defoe. Nymphomaniac actually is part of two movies, volume 1 and 2, each taking place over 2 hours long, so it's a 4-hour ordeal. Kinda long. 2 volumes. I wonder where they got that idea from. Huh. So Nymphomaniac is directed by Lars von Trier, kind of the BDSM of modern film, okay? He loves his creepy shit, he loves his dark bondage kind of stuff. He's done work such as Antichrist, The Kingdom, Dogville. I mean, you've probably seen The Idiots. He does some of these kind of movies. I was surprised of the cast, thinking, oh wow, these are some pretty good characters. This must be a legitimate film. And I know what you're thinking. Porn, 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 porn. Me too. Guess what? You're right. It's porn. But hey, it is well-directed porn. That's the difference. So Nymphomaniac got a 75 on Rotten Tomato. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see if it stands up to that. Alright, so going into this movie, the first thing you kind of get a vibe of when you think of, Lars von Trier is it's like the movie The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo if it was directed by the actual girl with the dragon tattoo. It's like a dark movie directed by a dark person. So the movie kind of takes place over this. Some guy finds some chick on the floor, she's bleeding. He's like, you need an ambulance? She's like, no, I don't need an ambulance. And he's basically like, you're bleeding out of your face, I need an ambulance. And she's like, no, just take me back to your house and I'll chill there. He's like, okay, a little bit of a plot hole, but let's go with it. Anyway, they get back to the house and all of a sudden, she's like, hey, can I tell you my life story? And the creepy guy's like, sure, I'd love to hear the life story of a girl who was just, beaten to death in the street. So it's kind of like if you've seen the movie The Princess Bride. You know how the grandpa comes to the little boy's room when he's sick from school and he's like, hey, I'm your grandpa. You want me to read you a story of the Princess Bride? The boy's like, yeah, okay. Well, it's kind of like that, but instead of a little boy sick at home, it's some chick who just got beat up in an alley telling a guy who saved her how she loves to bang dudes. So yeah, similar concept. So the girl says to him, oh, so the guy, he humped me 3 times, then he humped me 5 times. And then the creepy dude is like, oh, those are both Fibonacci numbers. If you didn't know that, those are Fibonacci numbers. It's like, dude, that's a weird fucking thing to say, dude. But I'll be honest, I was thinking, man, this is gonna be stupid, this is gonna be silly, this is gonna be a way to get, bypass the whole, porn system. But no, actually, it's a movie. It's a good movie, I'll give you that. Alright, let's talk about the goods. The good part of this movie. Every movie has a good part. Let's discuss this one. So, let's address the big, elephant in the room. Penetration. Remember that episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when Mac and Charlie write a movie with Dolph Lundgren and it's about how they're gonna have full penetration, Full penetration.
Because what's the one major thing missing from all action movies these days, guys?
Full penetration.
Guys, we're gonna show full penetration, and we're gonna show a lot of it. I mean, we're talking, graphic scenes of Dolph Lundgren really going to town on this hot young lab tech. From behind, 69, anal, vaginal, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, all the hits, all the big ones, all the good ones. And then he smells crime again. He's out busting heads. Then he's back to the lab for some more full penetration. He smells crime. Back to the lab, full penetration, crime, full penetration, crime, penetration. And this goes on and back and forth for 90 or so minutes until the movie just sort of ends.
That is brilliant!
Well, Lars watched this episode of It's Always Sunny and he fucking did it, okay? Lars did more than that. He did some penetration and some more. Lars penetrated the film industry with Shia LaBeouf. So, yeah, Lars, good job there. I'm not sure if it's even actually, worthy of praise, but I'm giving you it anyway. Good job there. So at the beginning of the movie, I'm like, wait, whoa, when did I get a browser subscription? What's going on? But the more I followed along the story, the more I'm like, you know what? This is actually a good movie. There's some really cool concepts. Now, it's an interesting movie. Interesting in the way that they got such good actors to go along with this total, porn. But it's interesting regardless. And I'm still thinking about it. Clearly they could have cut it down to 2 hours long, but they needed all the banging, Can't cut that out. And here's the weird part about that. If you look at any rom-com movie, there's like a bunch of, sex involved, but they just don't show. And the whole concept is, oh, I banged Jeff, Jeff. Oh my God, I can't believe Stacy banged Jeff. That's the whole story behind rom-coms, but they just don't show the actual vulgar sex. This movie showed that, and it's considered vile for doing that when all it is what every movie insinuates. Kind of weird, kind of cool, still porn. Regardless if this movie's good or not, Lars is a fucking legend. This guy got Uma Thurman, William Dafoe, not hard to get Shia LaBeouf, let's be honest, but he got Shia LaBeouf, he got Even Stevens. That's pretty neat. So Volume 1, it's pretty much just banging, a lot of banging. Volume 2 is kind of the, whoa, this is actually a movie. This is actually, a narrative, but something's going on here. So you watch 1, kind of go, wow, this is some high-class porn. Then you watch 2 and you're like, oh, okay, this porn has a great storyline. It's almost like, Big Sausage Pizza meets Pulp Fiction, in a way. Alright, time to talk about the bads. So, the biggest one that I had going in this movie, I was like, look, Lars, just because you're good at making movies doesn't mean you can make a completely ridiculous movie just because you're good at it. There's a lot of weird things in this movie, but one of the biggest issues I had was Christian Slater and Shia LaBeouf's accent. I mean, I live in a, suburban area. There's a lot of dog shit around me. I see dog shit every day. I've never seen this much dog shit come out of a person's mouth. Like, I feel bad for Shia LaBeouf because his natural voice is kind of, it's kind of doodly, and you can't make an English accent out of it. Christian Slater, luckily he didn't say, basically, he said love a couple times, and anyone saying the word love as in a noun, it's gonna sound, English. Hey love. The beginning of Volume 1, there's a scene involving child masturbation. Little tip, avoid that at all costs. There's one scene, it's called the dick scene. It's a bunch of dicks. You get 3 dicks max, okay, and they pass that within the 5-minute mark. Alright, what am I gonna rate this movie? Well, again, 5 categories: story, acting, production, creativity, and watchability. Alright, the story. I'm gonna be honest. Pretty dumb. It's actually, honestly, very dumb of a story. The reason this movie is so good is it's so edgy and unexpected and kind of a cool twist on classic sexuality. But it's nothing mind-boggling. It's very simple to do. The imagery is what you're watching the movie for. The story, though, that's a 3. It's a 3 out of 5. Acting. Okay, acting. This is where I'm a little stuck what I should do. On the one hand, the accents sucked dick, but on the other hand, the actors sucked dick, actually. So, what is better? For the sheer amount of, nudity and sexuality, I'm gonna need to give them a 5 out of 5. Alright, the production. How was it put together? What was the filming like? Was it good? Was it bad? Lars has this way of doing a shaky, kind of like the Office style mockumentary filming of total, hardcore mixed with, pretty cool dialogue. So, I'm inclined to give him, well, let's talk for a sec. He did a good job at, showing what's going on, showing what you need to see, but I feel he was a little too dependent on the imagery. So that's why I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 5. Creativity and originality. Look.
Full penetration.
You did full penetration, okay, buddy? Full penetration. I gotta give you a 5 out of 5. All right, watchability. I'm gonna be honest. The first volume, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna see what happens, and you know what? I was curious who's gonna do what. But then the second volume hit, and I'm like, whoa, where are you going with the story? What is gonna happen now? I was hooked. I feel like anyone to watch this movie, like this is not a, you know, classic Cage film where you go, okay, he's probably gonna rob the bank and get out, or he's gonna like get shot or something common. This was, I have no idea where we're going with this movie, Lars. What are you gonna do? And that's why I gotta give this a 5 out of 5 watchability. All right, 3 plus 5 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5. That equals, it's 22. 22 times 4, that's 88. Boom, this movie is going back in time. That was pretty cringy, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it in there. You guys can lol with your friends about that cringe. That's cool. All right. So it actually did better than Rotten Tomato. It's surprising. All right, my final thoughts on this movie. It's kind of ridiculous, very necessary nudity, very necessary actual banging, but it's actually a good movie in the sense that if they eliminated the actual sexual content and, you know, made it a little more chipper, it'd be an actual common movie. The crazy part is that what Lars did is that he made it considered a total, you know, freaky nymphomaniac movie when it's really just a sexuality of people. And this has been done in many movies of, you know, womanizers and women who love sex in actual normal movies, but they don't show it. They just insinuate, oh, they're doing the nasty. When Lars shows it, and it's like, whoa, that's what they're referring to in How I Met Your Mother. That's what they're referring to in, you know, common movies nowadays. It's kind of funny how actually seeing what's going on makes it, you know, insanely inappropriate versus just kind of alluding to it. I think that's cool. I think this movie's worth a watch. It definitely should not be 4 hours long, but you know what? If you have, you know, 4 hours to spare and you like watching, you know, celebrities bang, you're in luck.